Unsolved Mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. After centuries of missing planes, ships, and unexplained accidents in the Bermuda Triangle, the world still cannot fully decipher all the mysteries surrounding this area. People call it the Devil's Triangle because the sea area in the Atlantic Ocean is famous for its unexplained hypotheses, including the ability to swallow ships and planes. For centuries, the Bermuda Triangle has been one of the most difficult geographical mysteries in human history because it is where many sailors and pilots have lost contact and disappeared forever. Although the U.S. government does not recognize the Bermuda Triangle as a real geographical location or threat, the theories surrounding it paint a picture of mystery, skepticism, and even fear. The Bermuda Triangle is a region of the Atlantic Ocean stretching from Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory, Bermuda, a British overseas territory, and Miami, United States. The 3 points form a triangle, and the area has been linked to the deaths and disappearances of more than 8,000 people since the mid-19th century. Although the exact number is not yet known, according to Business Insider, at least 50 ships and 20 planes have disappeared without a trace in this area. This mystery has turned Bermuda into the subject of endless theories. According to some researchers, speculations about Bermuda have been around for centuries. Some believe that the play, The Tempest, by the great English writer William Shakespeare was based on mysterious stories and theories about shipwrecks in this area. Accordingly, the shipwreck of Admiral George Somers, the founder of Bermuda, is said to have inspired Shakespeare. When Christopher Columbus, the discoverer of America, passed through the Bermuda area, he reportedly saw a fire break out in the sea and a strange light appear in the distance a few weeks later. In 1881, legend has it that the Ellen Austin, a ship traveling from Liverpool, England, to New York, USA, encountered a ghost ship in the Sargasso Sea, an area of the Atlantic Ocean that overlaps the Bermuda Triangle. Seeing this as an opportunity to recover valuable cargo, the Ellen Austin's crew sent several men aboard the ship. However, a sudden storm caused the two ships to separate. When they returned the next day, they could not find any trace of the previous crew. The Ellen Austin's captain attempted to board the ship again to examine the valuables. But when he arrived, a thick fog rolled in and once again separated the two ships. This time, the ghost ship had completely disappeared. In 1895, Joshua Slocum, the first man to sail solo around the world, disappeared while traveling from Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, USA, to South America. Slocum had never been lost at sea in his life, and his disappearance was believed to be related to the Bermuda Triangle. In 1918, the largest and fastest fuel ship in the U.S. Navy at the time, the USS Cyclops, disappeared while traveling from the Caribbean to Baltimore, Maryland, with 309 sailors on board. No trace of the ship remains to provide any clues as to its true fate. Despite being fully equipped with distress signals and equipment, the USS Cyclops sent no warning that anything dangerous was happening. The legendary ship, which transported supplies during World War I, disappeared without a trace. After this incident, a series of theories were put forward, but none were convincing. If it was a shipwreck, then where was the wreckage? Why was there no distress call? Where did the ship go? Where did it return? People began to turn to seemingly absurd theories such as mysterious sea monsters, such as a giant squid, causing the disappearance. In 1941, the U.S. Navy ship USS Proteus, carrying 58 men and cargo from St. Thomas to the East Coast, suddenly disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle. A month later, its sister ship, USS Nereus, disappeared with 61 men on board while making the same voyage. In 1945, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle was revived when 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers took off from a naval base in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, USA, and disappeared over the Atlantic Ocean before completing their mission. Flight 19 was scheduled to fly over Grand Bahama Island, Bahamas after completing its mission, and then fly southwest to return to base. However, on the way back, Flight Commander Charles C. Taylor became confused when his compass failed, and this soldier directed the flight team to head northeast, thinking they were flying back to Florida, USA. In fact, the flight team went deeper into the Atlantic Ocean. As the planes began to approach the Bermuda Triangle, their signals became weaker. Eventually, all contact was lost and the planes disappeared without a trace. The last recorded message was a pilot saying, "Everything looks strange, even the ocean below. It's like we're entering a white body of water. We're completely lost." The disappearance of Flight 19 was so mysterious and confusing that a US Navy report stated that it was as if they had flown to Mars. In 1948, a DC-3 commercial airliner carrying 29 passengers and 2 crew members was headed to Miami, Florida. Just a few dozen kilometers from the airport, Captain Robert Lindquist radioed for landing instructions. However, the radio went silent, and the plane was never heard from again. In the same year, a British Avro Tudor aircraft carrying 25 passengers and 6 crew members disappeared without a trace. No information or wreckage was ever found. A year later, Geo Ager was flying from Bermuda to Kingston, Jamaica, but suddenly lost contact while passing through the Bermuda Triangle. Although the weather was clear and the flight was tracked, it was never heard from again. In 1963, the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker carrying 39 people, suddenly disappeared. After a 2-week search, the rescue team only found a few pieces of debris and a few life jackets. The phrase Bermuda Triangle was officially used by the American media in 1964 after they realized there were many mysterious disappearances in this area. In 1967, 1978, and 1984, a series of disappearances of cargo ships and planes continued to occur, and many cases remain unsolved to this day. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle has been the subject of much interest for hundreds of years. Many theorize that this is an area where aliens are active, while others believe that there are underwater cities and civilizations beneath the ocean. However, these stories are considered more fiction than fact. The Matrix hypothesis has emerged with a variety of different explanations. Experts have linked some of the disappearances to rapid and severe natural phenomena, shallow water areas, and methane gas eruptions from the seafloor. One theory is that methane gas is responsible for sinking ships in the ocean graveyard of the Bermuda Triangle. In Siberia, Russia, methane hydrate, a solid mixture of water and natural gas, mostly methane gas compressed in a crystalline structure, is believed to be the cause of sinkholes. Some theories suggest that the mechanism in the Bermuda Triangle is similar. If large amounts of methane gas escape from the ocean floor, it can create bubbles large enough to cause the water to turbulence and sink a ship. And it all happens so quickly, perhaps in just a few seconds, that those on board do not have enough time to send a distress signal or escape. For science fiction lovers, they put forward the theory of wormholes, referring to a shortcut in space and time that, in theory, could even allow time travel to take place. This theory has so far not been scientifically proven. Another theory is the phenomenon of waterspouts, which are essentially tornadoes over the ocean and cause a powerful suction of water into the spout. Additionally, some experts theorize about the Gulf Stream. This is a strong, warm, fast-moving ocean current in the Atlantic Ocean that originates in the Gulf of Mexico, flows through the Florida Straits to the east coast of the United States and Newfoundland. The theory is that this current moves along the edge of the Bermuda Triangle and can cause high waves that can sink ships. These waves can rise without warning and can sweep ships away or take down planes flying low over the ocean. The Bermuda Triangle, on the other hand, is considered one of the few places on Earth where compasses have trouble pointing north because of magnetic disturbances. Many people have reported strange events with their compasses in this area over the years. While it doesn't happen all the time, when it does, it can cause ships and planes to go off course. Despite the numerous theories about nature and mysterious phenomena, human error is still considered a possibility. In fact, every year, seemingly simple mistakes cause many unfortunate accidents. For example, any mistake by the captain or captain can cost the lives of those on board. Even the disappearance of 5 torpedo bombers in 1945, many believe, may have been due to the commander of the planes being drunk and having gone astray before. In fact, the U.S. government has never considered the Bermuda Triangle a threatened geographic location. And there is no evidence to suggest that disappearances occur more frequently in the Bermuda Triangle than in other oceanic regions when compared to the activities of ships and planes passing through this fairly busy area, according to Business Insider. In an article published in Discover magazine, scientist Nathaniel Sharping suggested that the fact that the Bermuda Triangle is a busy area with ships and planes passing through could be the cause of some of the disappearances. Any area with a lot of ships passing through is likely to see more accidents than an area with less activity. Add to that the fact that the Bermuda Triangle is prone to storms, and this can cause ships to disappear, Mr. Sharping explained. The theory of methane under the sea was also dismissed by US Geological Survey geologist Bill Dillon. Mr. Dilton said that there was no evidence of methane gas rising from the seabed in this area in recent times. The last time such a phenomenon occurred was 15,000 years ago. The theory that the Bermuda Triangle's magnetic field is disturbed and causing compasses to misalign is also dismissed by Mr. Sharping as unconvincing. He said that there is no evidence that the Bermuda Triangle's magnetic field is abnormal, and this can be seen clearly when looking at a magnetic map of the area. In January 2020, the wreck of the SS Cotopaxi, which disappeared in 1925, was unexpectedly found by scientists in the St. Augustine, Florida area. The ship was once considered a victim of the Bermuda Triangle. However, after it was discovered, scientists pointed out that it sank because the ship was quite dilapidated and had to go through a storm. The reappearance of the ship after nearly 100 years has put to rest a series of hypotheses about the cause of the ship's previous disappearance. Sharping suggests that the hype surrounding the Bermuda Triangle may be man-made. The human mind tends to gravitate toward events that are strange or memorable, regardless of statistical accuracy. For example, we tend to remember extraordinary events, such as a ship that mysteriously disappeared, rather than more mundane ones, such as a ship that sank in a storm. This is considered a psychological phenomenon, Baader-Meinhof, also known as the frequency illusion, which is the illusion that when a person knows something, it suddenly appears with a higher frequency, leading the person to believe that the object appears more often, while the scientific statistics do not. Mr. Sharping emphasized that the Bermuda Triangle may not be more dangerous than other areas as people think.